What's up, YouTube? Super Bowl 50 just ended. As you must know by now, and the rest of the world, the Broncos won in decided fashion thanks to that stupid, legit defense, the number one defense overall for the entire year. And I was thinking going into this game that I picked against Cam Newton and the Panthers twice. Twice I looked like a fool against the Seahawks, and I looked like a fool against the Cardinals. So I thought, in my mind, logic would suggest a third time I wouldn't pick against the dab on them folks. Yeah, I was an idiot. Let's delve into this game, shall we? First of all, I thought the difference in the game was the offensive line for the Carolina Panthers. That defense, Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, Derek Wolfe, and company were stupid legit against this Carolina Panthers team. They had him getting false starts because they were afraid of the speed rush. Michael Orr had false starts. The whole offensive line didn't seem in sync. Cam Newton got beat up like I never seen him get beat up this year. He was just in a whole nother... He wasn't playing like Cam because, as you noticed, as I said in my preview video, that he had time. And just like I say with any quarterback, if you hit them enough and you get in their faces, you will cause turnovers. And guess what happened? They couldn't contain Von Miller. He had a strip sack. Malik Jackson actually got the touchdown. DeMarcus Ware had a couple sacks. They punished Cam Newton. And one glaring thing was the receivers. And I knew going to this game, the Denver Broncos secondary had the edge going against these Carolina Panthers receivers. But I'm not going to pin the whole game on the subpar receivers for Carolina because they went 15-1, or actually 17-1 going into this game with those same receivers. So I won't use that as a scapegoat for them now. So let's throw that out. Also, they were able to contain Jonathan Stewart, so it forced Cam Newton to have to drop back and get those long developing routes because they were down. And the worst thing you want to do against a defense like this that can attack and blitz you from a array of angles is have to drop back and get those long developing routes. They neutralized Ted Ginn for most of the part. Philly Brown was a huge loss because he had a concussion. But the most important game plan that they had was stopping the run because you forced the Carolina Panthers to be one-dimensional. So that's kudos to the defense. Peyton Manning, he wasn't Peyton Manning of 2006, 2007, Peyton Manning in his prime, but he was steady enough. He had one interception. He actually should have had 3 interceptions, but Josh Norman couldn't corral two potential picks. But he did just enough to keep the game close and let his defense play to their strengths, protect a lead. And that's what he did all year. It was with the exception of my Raiders in the later part of the season, but let's not go there. Anyway, now, kudos to Von Miller because he made himself a lot of money. They're probably going to franchise that man, but if he doesn't get J.J. Watt money, it's a travesty of the highest order. Peyton Manning, I do believe this should be his last year with all the ups and downs and how his body's failing. His body's failing throughout the entire year. I don't think he should come back. It would be just a travesty. But this was a great ending, and I hate to sound woefully trite because it's reminiscent of John Elway when he won his first and second ring, right off into the sunset. The storybook ending, the Disney movie, you're crying, your tears. You take your girlfriend there and you're like, isn't it so beautiful? Yes, it's beautiful. See, it's beautiful. Whatever. Anyway, great ending. Congratulations to the Denver Broncos and congratulations to the Carolina Panthers on a great season. And kudos to Josh Norman and other players, especially Cam Newton, for staying on the field and shaking people's hands. I thought that was a real class act. Everyone gives them a bad rep for being confident and cocky, but they stayed on the field and shook people's hands. Way to go. So that's my an instant reaction to the Broncos defeating the Carolina Panthers. Tell me what you guys think of the game. Obviously, no one can say that the defense didn't win the game. The defense wasn't the reason why they weren't in the game, why they weren't in the Super Bowl. So tell me what you thought of the Super Bowl and tell me what you think going on to next year. Anyway, please leave comments and suggestions, and thank you again for watching my channel, Let It Rip Sports Show. Boom, I'm out, ladies and gentlemen.